Okay, we come to chapter 2, quadratic equation. 2 quadratic equation. This quadratic equation, you have a formula known as y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. A, b, and c are constant, and have one condition: your a cannot be 0. Why? Because if your a is equals to 0, your fx is equals to bx plus c, which is linear equation or linear function. And even your b is equals to 0, still a quadratic equation, because you have x to the power of 2x squared, and for fx equals to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. This one also not a quadratic equation. And normally the quadratic equation is formed by this kind of format. Let's say you have fx, you have some terms called roots: x plus alpha, x plus beta. These two, the alpha beta here, is known as roots. And when you expand it, this is form 3, or we call IGCSE 7 level maths, 7 to 8 level maths. So you have x squared plus what? X times x. Then alpha x plus beta x plus alpha beta. Okay, not yet finished. You factorize x plus alpha plus beta, x plus alpha beta. This part is sum SUM of the roots, and this alpha beta, this part, product of the roots. So next slide, we will talk about the how to find there are 4 ways to find out the roots for the quadratic equation. So this is the part 1 of today's chapter, the quadratic equation. Okay. To find, this is the second lecture of quadratic function. To find the roots of the quadratic equation, inside the quadratic equation, you have 4 methods. 1, factorization. Then 2, completing the square. The third one is using quadratic formula. And the last one, which is not so good to be used, is also known as a last candidate, is trial and error. Okay, I will talk with this 4 method one by one, by using the fx equals to x squared plus 5x plus 6 also equals to 0. Okay, for first, factorization means that you need to factor out. So you know that fx equals to x squared plus 5x plus 6. Then how you become the x squared, means how to get an x squared? X times x. So you draw the cross diagram. Here I take it as cross diagram. what is the how to become 6? You have two factorization. You factor out 6 times 1 is equals to 6. For here, okay. Sorry, shouldn't use this symbol. Okay, you can use that 6 times 1 equals to 6, or minus 6 times 1 equals to minus 6 times minus 1 also equals to positive 6. Also, you have another one is 2 times 3 equals to 6, or minus 2 times minus 3 equals to 6 also. Okay, here is a tips. If x squared plus 5x, the second one, with the power of 1, here is a negative. Then you have two choices. You can choose this one and this one. Negative times negative, the factorization. However, since the example here is positive, so that means you have two possibility only 6 times 1 or positive 2 times positive 3. So from here you use 6 times 1. Okay, x times 1, 1x, or x times 6, 6x. That means you plus together, then you get what? You get minus 7x. So shouldn't be. So this one is not a suitable candidate. Okay, another one is 2, 3. So x plus 2, x times 3 actually is become like this. X plus x times 3, sorry, plus 2 times x. So you will have 5x. So this is the suitable candidate. So when you write the factorization, it will become the whole thing. It will become fx equals to x plus 2, x plus 3 equals to 0. If you try to multiply together, you also will get back this quadratic function. Multiply back these two factors together, you will get back this quadratic function. So what is the answer of the root if y or fx equals to 0? So if fx equals to 0, so you will have x plus 2 equals to 0, x equals to minus 2. Or you will have x plus 3 equals to 0, x equals to minus 3. So this is how you try to find out the root in the quadratic equation by using a first method, factorization. Okay, now we come to completing the square, second method, to find the roots inside the quadratic equation, completing the square. Okay, use back just now the example x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Okay, so first you need to take out this term, the x squared and the 5x. You can write in this way with a bracket. And then make the whole thing here, the parameter, not parameter, the whole variable here, the x squared and the x, become the just now become the x squared. Means that, okay, you can write in this way, your x times x is equals to x squared. So you can put in this way, the square put outside the bracket, and then the variable with x power of 1, the 5 here you divided by 2, become 5 over 2 x. And then actually you can try to recalculate this part, sorry, make mistake this part. Your x squared plus 5 over 2 square actually is equals to x squared plus, actually is equals to x squared plus 5x plus 25 over 4 because 5 square divided by 2 square. And to make this equation become this equation, so you need to remove this part 25 over 4. So how are you going to remove it? So you make it easy lah. So you minus you minus 25 over 4 to make this part to happen, and then plus 6 equals to 0. Okay, x plus 5 over 2, you're already completing the square, the whole thing here. And then minus 25 over 4 plus 6 actually is equals to 25 over 4. This, we call it, this denominator, numerator, you can rewrite in the form. Here, 6 and 6 and a quarter plus 6 equals to 0. And then x plus 5 over 2 equals to quarter. You move here. After you perform the calculation, 6 and 1 over 4, I mean 6 quarter negative plus 6 is a minus quarter. You move to the right hand side, you get positive. Oh, sorry, don't forget the square. And then from here, x plus 5 over 2 equals to, you try to square root this part, and also this part become square root 1 over 4. When you're talking about square root, you have plus and minus later. So the x plus 5 over 2 equals to plus and minus half. And then x equals to half plus 5 over half. Make mistake. Minus 5 over half equals to minus 4 over 2, then is minus 2. Or you have x equals to minus half, then minus 5 over 2 equals to minus 6 over 2, 6 divided by 2, then minus 3. Not or, is and, should be, because you have two roots. So this is how you perform the completing the square method on quadratic equation. Finally, x is equals to, you have two roots, is equals to minus 2 and x equals to minus 3. It's the same answer when you compare to the first method, which is known as a factorization, to find out the roots inside the quadratic equation. Okay, the third method is using the quadratic formula. We still use back just now the quadratic function, x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Here we also put an fx, fx equals to 0 also. And the quadratic formula, you have this form. This is the constant for second variable, ax squared plus bx plus c, where a x squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Minus b, plus and minus, square root b squared plus 4ac divided by 2a. So equals to x, this is the root. Root equals to minus b plus and minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And to solve this question, this is the most easy formula inside the quadratic equation section, to use it to find the roots. And a, what is a? Ax. The a here is 1. What is b? 5. The constant, the second constant for x inside the quadratic equation. And then what is c? C is 6, the third constant inside the quadratic equation. You substitute inside, x is equals to minus 5 plus and minus square root b squared, 5 squared minus 4, 1 and 6, then divided by 2, 1, and then continue, minus 5 plus and minus negative 5, 25 minus 24, because it's a 4 times 1 times 6, divided by 2, and your x is equals to minus 5, negative 5, plus or minus square root 1, means 1, no? And then divided by 2. So, okay, you can write it in this way. X is equals to minus 5 plus 1 divided by 2, or minus 5 minus 1 divided by 2. Not or, always make mistake. And your x can be minus 2, because 4 divided by 2, and x can be minus 3. So this is how you use the quadratic formula to find the root inside the quadratic equation. Press like, share and subscribe button if you like this video.